Quick question. When you get in the car, what do you put on?
Be honest. Is it the same playlist you've had since 2003? The same greatest hits album you know every word to? The same radio station playing Don't Stop Believin' for the 4,000th time? If so, I have some news for you. And your brain really needs to hear it. Because the music you love from your past, it feels great. It's comfortable. It's familiar. And that, as it turns out, is exactly the problem. Here's what's happening inside your head when you put on a song you already know. Your brain recognizes it within the first few notes. It fills in the melody before it arrives. It knows every beat, every transition, every lyric. And because it already knows all of that, it barely has to work at all. Now, compare that to what happens when you hear something completely new, a genre you've never explored, an artist you can't place, a rhythm that's slightly unexpected. Suddenly, your brain is paying attention. It's tracking. It's predicting. It's surprised. It's building new connections in real time. That difference matters a lot because the brain's ability to form new connections, what neuroscientists call neuroplasticity, is one of the strongest protective factors we have against age-related cognitive decline. And novelty is one of the fastest ways to trigger it. Let's talk about what the research actually shows, because this isn't just a theory. A 2014 study published in Psychological Science, led by researchers at the University of Texas at Dallas, had adults over 60 engage in learning challenging new skills. Some learned digital photography, some learned quilting, some did more passive activities like listening to music they already enjoyed or doing word puzzles. The result? The groups who engaged with genuinely new and demanding mental activities showed significantly greater improvements in memory function, specifically episodic memory, compared to the passive groups. Now, this study wasn't specifically about music, but the principle translates directly. Because learning new music is active. It demands attention, prediction, emotional adjustment, and pattern recognition. All of that is cognitive exercise. And there's more. Research from the University of Helsinki found that regular music listening activates the brain's default mode network, the same network involved in imagination, memory consolidation, and self-referential thinking. But here's the key. Unfamiliar music activates it more intensely than music you already know. There's also a neurochemical angle. Discovering a new song you genuinely love triggers a dopamine release, the same reward chemical involved in motivation, mood, and learning. Your brain actually tags that experience as important, worth remembering, worth returning to. Old favorites can do this too, but over time the dopamine response to familiar music diminishes. It becomes wallpaper. Your brain stops responding to what it's already fully processed. Here's where it gets even better, because this isn't only about cognitive sharpness, it's about emotional well-being too. Researchers at McGill University found that music that gives you chills, that moment of goosebumps when a piece of music hits just right, is associated with elevated activity in the nucleus accumbens, the brain's core reward center. And that response is more likely to happen with unexpected music, music that surprises you. There's also strong evidence that musical engagement, actively listening, exploring, even attending live music, is associated with lower rates of depression and anxiety in older adults. And social musical experiences, like going to a concert or a live session, combine the benefits of novelty, emotional stimulation, and human connection all at once. That is a very efficient use of an evening out. I know what some of you are thinking. Steve, I've tried new music. I don't like it. It all sounds the same to me. Fair, but here's the thing. That reaction is partly because you haven't explored enough of it yet. Unfamiliarity feels like dislike at first. That's just how brains work. There's a psychological phenomenon called the mere exposure effect. Basically, the more you hear something, the more you tend to like it. Your brain shifts from, "this is strange," to, "this is starting to make sense," to, "I actually enjoy this." That's not you lowering your standards. That's neuroplasticity in action. And you don't have to abandon your classics. Nobody is asking you to delete your Fleetwood Mac playlist. The goal is to add, not replace. Think of it as expanding your musical diet rather than switching diets entirely. All right, here's your weekly action, and this one is genuinely enjoyable to carry out. This week, I want you to spend 20 minutes listening to music you've never heard before. Deliberately, actively, not as background noise, as the actual activity. Here are 3 easy ways to find it. Spotify or Apple Music Radio from an artist you like. It'll play similar artists you haven't discovered yet, a genre you've written off. Try jazz if you've always avoided it, or ambient electronic, or contemporary classical. Give it 15 minutes of genuine attention. Ask someone 20 years younger than you what they're listening to. Then listen to 3 songs with actual curiosity, not judgment. While you're listening, notice when something surprises you. Notice when something feels slightly uncomfortable. That discomfort? That's your brain working. That's the whole point. And at the end, ask yourself one question. Was there even one moment, one riff, one chord change, one lyric that caught my attention? That's enough. That's the beginning. Your musical taste was formed in your teens and 20s, largely because that's when your brain's reward system was most sensitive to new experiences. Those songs became the soundtrack of your identity. But your brain didn't stop being capable of those experiences. It just stopped being given the opportunity. Every new song you genuinely engage with is a small act of cognitive maintenance. Every artist you discover after 50 is evidence that your brain is still growing, still adapting, still doing exactly what it was designed to do. The playlist of your life isn't finished. There are still songs on it you haven't heard yet. If this episode gave you one new thing to try, share it with someone who could use it, because the best brain health habit is one you do with other people. And subscribe if you want more science-backed, no-nonsense content about keeping your brain sharp in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. Stay sharp.